Welcome back to my channel, Debt Free Me. My name is Yana. I am a 35-year-old mom and wife, and I am working to get out of debt. Please come with me to see how I create my spending plan for the month of November. All right, disclaimer, this is not my document. I actually brought this document from another YouTube creator, and so this is what I've been using for the past year to make my monthly spending plans. This is what I'm using to track my spending, and I'm trying to become a zero-based budgeter, but you guys, it is so hard. I just feel like I have so many hands in the pot that it makes it very hard for me to budget accurately. And you will probably see that as we go along. The second disclaimer is no, me and my husband do not combine our finances. I won't go further into that. So with that being said, let's jump into let's jump into this budgeting, and I will take you along with my template and show you the cool things that I like about it as I go. I will be getting paid October 25th, and that has to take me to November 25th as I get paid once a month. I received $5,846 in my paycheck. I do get 55 cents, but I'm not going to put that in there. That's just going to throw me all off. This is after I have my medical and my retirement taken out. So as you can see, here is a tab for remaining budget, and so this will show what I am setting aside for categories. And when I close out this month, I will have the remaining actual, and that's just to determine if I really did what I was supposed to do. Well, I like that over here because it says your budget and then what your actual income is going to be. And then also right here is your income summary. So it'll say what you have planned and what you actually did with the money. Let's get started with my bills. So rent, I set aside $1,500. For energy, I set aside $200. My energy bill do go up in the winter time, but I'm hoping it doesn't go up too bad right now. So I think we'll be safe there. Now, my Nana's mortgage, because my Nana, she did pass away a few years ago, and she did have a small mortgage left on her home. And so my nephew is living in the house, and he is paying rent for the mortgage, but it's recently gone up. And so I've been putting the difference to what he's paying so that we can make the full payment. I am going to put $31 aside for that. My life insurance, I'm going to put $55 aside for that. Amazon, I'm going to put $20. I think it's a little bit cheaper than that, but I just would like to be on the safe side. And for worship, I do put aside my offering. And so that will be $300. I don't know what I will be able to put in rollover just yet, so we'll come back to that section. Now the next section is expenses. Okay. Food is my biggest budget buster, because I like to go in and get snacks every time I go to the store. For example, I have to get a beef stick or a chomp. I am a beef stick girly. I'm sorry for those who don't like it. I love it. But I will go in, and every time I have to go to the grocery store, I'm buying a $2 beef stick. I am going to add $700. I usually do $600, but I know Thanksgiving is coming up. My daughter's going to be home for a week, so I'm going to try to make up for those meals that she will be eating here and not at school. The next one is hair category. Me and my daughter get our hair done once a month. Well, I'm just going to budget $200. I've been budgeting 300, but I think that might be a tad bit too much as of right now, so I'm trying to scale it back. Pay for my daughter's school lunch, but this is also for things such as ballet and, clothes sometimes that she might need. So I am going to budget $140 for her for this month, and I hope that will suffice. I do have to buy something for her ballet performance that is coming up soon. So this money will be used car gas. So I do work hybrid, but this month coming up, I will actually be going into the office a lot more. So I'm going to put 130 in that category. Massages, I do have a massage membership and I do use it every month. For massage, I'm going to set aside $105. And then for household expenses, I'm going to put 150 because it is time for me to um, replenish my paper towels and my toilet paper, and I like to buy those things in bulk so I don't have to buy it every month. So medical, I'm going to set aside $100. And this is for any kind of medications that I have to pick up or any kind of urgent care copays or doctor appointment copays. Takeout, I am trying to do really, really well with this. I'm going to set aside $100. So on Christmas, I'm going to put $100 aside for that as well. I've already started saving for Christmas. However, I would like to make this into a sinking fund so I can save for it all year round. My sister's birthday is coming up, and so I want to be able to do something nice and something fun with her. So I am going to set aside $200 for that. Moving on over to the savings category, my daughter's high yield savings account. And so I'm going to put 115 in there. Oops, 115. Then for my high yield savings account, I'm going to be putting $200 aside for that. And that my high yield savings account is basically my emergency fund, which I am trying to build up. I did skip investments because it's not anything I'm interested in tracking right now. The next category is debt, and this is my Discover credit card that I am trying to pay off. As you all know from my last video, I have been trying to put $1,000 to it so I can get this credit card paid off before March of 2026, and that's when my interest-free period is over. Um, the minimum monthly payment is $100 or a little bit less, but I'm not even worried about that. I'm just trying to get this debt gone. Now my student loans, the original payment is 274 and some change, but I could just round it up to 275. However, I'm going to go back and start putting the $300 back to it because that 275 didn't touch that. They took most of it in interest. And so whatever I can do for these next few months to try to get this down, I am going to do. And I know it don't strictly align with the snowball debt payoff plan, but I just want to, I feel this is where I feel comfortable. My city credit card is the next one. My monthly payment is about $50, but I also want to get this paid off by next year. And that'll be long before the interest period payment is up, or pay period is up, which is March of 2027. But I'm trying to get rid of this debt. So I'm going to go ahead and put $100 there. Here we have this budget income breakdown. It shows that 36 per or almost 37 percent of my money is going towards bills. 33.5% is going to my expenses. Unfortunately, very sadly, only 5.5% is going to my savings, and then 24.4% is going to my debt. This will show my budgeting, and then this will show my actual. So did I actually stick to the spending plan? And I'm trying to get away from saying budgeting. I would like to start saying spending plan. we have expense remaining check-in. When I get paid, I will actually put the categories that I have money wrote over in, and I will actually put the money that I did allocate towards these categories here, and it will give me a total of what I have left to spend. So that way I know what I can spend on and what I can't spend on $50. And so if something is $60, I won't be eating takeout. And what I actually like over here is that once these categories are put in, I populate a pie graph just like the one above, and it will show what our money was spent on. And over here, this is expense tracker, and my plan and my goal is to do daily expense tracking. And I think that's the only way I'm really going to get a good handle on my spending. I did have rollover, but the only rollover that I'm going to keep, I want to try to start fresh. So I emptied everything out except for my daughter's school lunch fund and our hair fund. I did roll over $216.84. And this is the reason why I've only budgeted $200, because if I would have put $300, that'd have been $500 in hair, and I don't think I'd really need that much right now. For hair, $216.84. Then for my daughter's school lunch, she did have $36.96 in there. So once I do allocate and give myself the $200 for the hair, I will then have $416.84 that I can spend on me and my daughter's hair for this upcoming month. Roll over. It says that I have $100 remaining to budget. Let me take a moment to just look over what I already had pre-planned to make sure that all my numbers match. I will put that $100 in rollover. I don't think it will stay there because I don't really like to roll over that much. It will probably end up going towards my daughter high yield, or I might go ahead and put it on one of these debts. So we'll see. I thank you all for clicking on my channel and watching my video. I hope you stick with me throughout this journey to see if I can stick to this spending plan, and I hope if you're creating a spending plan that you're able to allocate your funds appropriately and be able to stick to your spending plan. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.